How's it going, everybody? This is my first attempt at a pre-recorded show. I know it's live, but we didn't do any advertising for it, and I don't expect anybody to be tuning in. But if you are, good for you. Hello. But otherwise, yeah, I wanted to get like some quick hitters out there for tonight's NBA slate because I won't be available in a few hours to do it live with Justin. So without further ado, this is just going to be for DraftKings for the most part, but at the point guard position tonight, obviously one of my favorite plays on the slate, Russell Westbrook. He's up there with James Harden in terms of top expensive guys of the evening. We'll get to Paul George later on. I'm not going to play both of them, but I kind of prefer Paul in this situation, partly because of the point guard value and some of the cheaper guys that I do like Satoransky. So moving on, point guard, Westbrook, Harden, number one. I do like Kyrie as well. He seems to be back, feeling good, healthy, no problems with the chemistry. And who's out tonight? Blanking. Jason Tatum. Sorry, Tatum's out. So there'll be a little extra usage to go around in Boston. Donovan Mitchell makes for a decent play if you're stacking the OKC game. But I believe Rubio, double check. No, Rubio's still out, but Neto may be back. I don't know, I'll check that later. Check that if want to play Donovan tonight. Satoransky's a name that you're going to hear from me a lot today. I like the Wizards game a lot. The over-under is the most of the slate by like 15 points. Wizards Sacramento should be a really high-paced game, fast-paced game, high-scoring. And if you don't want to fit Beal in your lineup, odds are you should at least get Satoransky or Portis because you're going to want some exposure to this game. Moving over to shooting guard, Bradley Beal, one of the top plays on the slate, 9,700. He's getting like 40 minutes a night. Washington's going to make the playoffs, but they're still jockeying for position. The East is so bad. They couldn't probably make it all the way up to like the 3 seed. I'm not sure. I don't have the stats in front of me, standings in front of me, but everyone under the Raptors and the Bucks are kind of just like not good. So they're still jockeying there. Bradley Beal will get all the everything, usage, minutes. It's funny because he never really goes above 30 with usage, but he puts up triple doubles and 25 plus with 8 rebounds, 7 assists, something like that, pretty consistently in these better matchups. But yeah, moving down from him, we mentioned Donovan Mitchell earlier and Satoransky. I don't mind playing Satoransky and Beal together. It's not my favorite move, but I do think you can get away with it tonight. Jaylen Brown's a name that we're going to see a lot of. He'll probably get the start with Tatum out, but so he should see around 30 minutes tonight. But Hayward's another guy to keep an eye on. He's been really hot lately. We'll get to him later, actually, because he's not a shooting guard. But Jeremy Lamb, again, one of my other top plays on the slate. I liked him even before we found out that the Hornets were shorthanded tonight. So I like him even more. He'll probably get bumped into the starting lineup, I would imagine, in game against Houston in Houston on a back-to-back for Houston. So, Houston's won 8 in a row. So, they're pretty hot. It's a good game. But Jeremy Lamb, he's someone who's playing really well even before he's getting thrust into the starting lineup. So I like him tonight at shooting guard. Moving over to small forward. Paul George is someone who I think is one of the best plays on the slate. I prefer him to Russell Westbrook tonight, mainly because of the price, but he did have I think he's had 2 pretty big games against Utah this year. So I prefer Paul at under 10K versus Russ, also because of the point guard value that we have out there. Kawhi Leonard is someone who I think is sneaky. He's kind of risky these days because between he is in tonight, but between the rest and Toronto generally not being or blowing it, maybe not blowing out, but convincingly beating most of their opponents or losing because Kawhi's resting. But when Kawhi's in there, there haven't been many battles that have kind of taken him, 35 minutes worth of action, whatever. But anyway, he's more of a GPP selection. Cleveland's a great matchup, and with Love back and just they have an actual team now. They're pretty bad still, but they stay in games, so it's good from a DFS perspective. Jeremy Lamb, again, another guy we've spoken about already, but I do like him at small forward. Jaylen Brown and Marcus Morris and Gordon Hayward, all 3 of them are in play. You could probably have two out of the 3 in your lineups tonight. But with Jason Tatum out, there's some extra value to go around, and that should be a high-scoring game as well with the Clippers. Bogdan, someone I didn't mention, but I like that game. So Bogdanovich in play too. Moving over to the 4, especially on DraftKings, Paul George is still in the conversation. Same with Kawhi Leonard. I'm not a big fan of Blake Griffin tonight. He is very cheap, and I just prefer Drummond. But if for some reason you can't get up to Drummond and you're stuck on 8,300 and you land on Griffin, I don't mind it because he should exploit this matchup against the Nets. Kevin Love is someone who I think if you're playing Kawhi, potentially could be a good guy to run it back with, but he looks like his minutes are pretty normal now in a good game at home. Al Horford, I like him tonight. The Clippers don't really have good big men defensively. And with Tatum out, there'll be a little extra usage to go around, and Horford should come with some pretty low ownership. Bobby Portis, we spoke about. Mainly, I like him if you're going for a stack of that game, or you don't have Beal, you don't have Satoransky, and you really need someone to get in that game, into the Washington-Sacramento games for some exposure, but you don't want to pay up for the guards. Fine, Portis is my third choice. I prefer him to Ariza, I think, because of his upside. He just does a little bit more in less minutes. The Nemanja Bjelica is someone who keeps popping up on a lot of charts today for 4. I'm trying to think. There must be someone out for Sacramento that I'm missing right now, but odds are there is, so keep him in mind. Frank Kaminsky and they're more centered. So just for the 4 position, for the power forward, I like Frank the Tank in terms of Charlotte value because of Zeller being out and Marvin Williams being out. So their big men are like Frank Kaminsky, Hernan Gomez, and Biyombo, like the only big guys on the whole team that aren't injured. So look for them to get some extra run tonight. And lastly, moving over to the center position, Andre Drummond is one of my favorite plays on the slate. The Nets can't defend big men, and Drummond's been playing particularly powerfully and aggressively lately. So I'm all over him at 9,100. I like him and Paul George as 2 of the highest scorers of the night. Kevin Love we spoke about. Al Horford we spoke about. Portis we spoke about. Jared Allen is still too cheap. I don't love it because I don't typically target guys who are going up against Andre Drummond for a variety of reasons. They can get into foul trouble. He's a good defender, but he is very cheap, and he seems to play well against good big guys. So I don't mind Jared Allen if you're running it back and you want to stack the Brooklyn game. You want to put Drummond and Allen together. It's not really a stack; it's a mini stack. And then 2 of the lower owned centers would be Hernan Gomez and Biyombo. I think they'll kind of play second fiddle tonight to Frank Kaminsky, who's going to be the highest of the 3 with ownership, and probably he's playing the best. He's trending up, so Frank Kaminsky is probably the best play from that game. At least in terms of the big men value that will be taking over for Zeller and Williams. But that's about it for me. Thank you, guys. RotoPros.com. We're offering a free week. We're a very nice educational community for DFS. We talk sports. We teach you how to play, and that's what we have the human aspect. So sign up. RotoPros 1 week for free. Thank you. Have a great day.